The plane was apparently disabled when it ran into a flock of Canada geese. This driver snapped a pic of the Airbus A320 as it came down. The pilot managed to bring it in for a relatively soft touchdown on the Hudson River.
The left engine just blew. Fire flames coming out of it, and I was looking right at it because I was sitting right there. And it just started smelling a lot like gasoline. And a couple minutes after that, the pilot said, "You guys got to brace for a hard impact." And that's when everyone started, to be honest, saying prayers and looked over the water, and we thought we had a chance because, you know, there was some water. And got to give it to the pilot, man. He made a hell of a landing.
What was the landing like?
Scary as shit.
The passengers climbed out onto the wings, awaiting rescue in the ice-cold water.
All of our feet were pretty much in the water. It was quite cold, and, you know, we were worried about the folks that had gone in the water first, you know, trying to think of a way to get them out. In light of the fact that at that particular moment the boats hadn't arrived yet.
The plane was immediately surrounded by boats, and incredibly all 150 passengers and 5 crew got out alive.
It seemed like immediately there was boats coming towards us, and they threw more of the orange life jackets at us, and, you know, and helped us to get to safety.
The plane had taken off from LaGuardia and was bound for Charlotte, North Carolina. This animation shows the plane's path as it came down into the river. The pilot is being credited with the incredible landing.
It would appear that the pilot did a masterful job of landing the plane in the river and then making sure that everybody got out.
The pilot's been identified as Captain C.B. Sully Sullenberger, a veteran with 40 years' experience under his belt. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating the cause of the crash. Early indications are that a bird strike caused the crash. Could a bird strike bring down a plane here in the GTA? Michael Serapio with one group who says yes.
This airport, because of its location, is much more dangerous, much more likely to have bird strikes than any other airport around.
He leads a group opposed to the Toronto Island Airport. And with news the crash in New York may have been caused by a bird strike, Brian Eiler is raising the alarm.
They've only had 2 airstrikes in Halifax in 2007, 1 in Ottawa, 1 in Montreal, 17 here in 2007, 21 in 2008.
And here's the fear. If a plane ever went down, it could hit a boater in the water, or worse yet, one of the thousands of people who live and work along the waterfront.
We're worried that the same kind of thing that happened in New York City is going to happen here, and that plane will end up in our harbor.
If the control tower should see any birds, wildlife out on the airfield, then our fellows get out there and you know, sort of shoo them away, if you will.
Can I get room 220, please? And an aviation expert we spoke to says it would take more than a single bird to take down a plane.
Take one bird up the engine, it's not a problem. The engine could probably handle it. But if they're sitting there going into a flock of birds, if they hit a flock of geese, it can't sustain that kind of damage and keep operating.
Living so close to the lake here, and with the events that happened earlier today, that's a huge risk.
I see the plane often lands right here, so it's pretty close to the buildings and stuff.
To find out how often birds cause problems for planes and to find out what they're doing about it at Pearson International Airport, head over to our website, citynews.ca, and click on Web Watch. At the Toronto City Centre Airport, I'm Michael Serapio, City News Tonight.